Depois da Netscape, centenas de empresas brotaram no Vale do Silício. Nomes como Yahoo, eBay e Excite. Novas empresas não costumam ser lucrativas e geralmente só são oferecidas ao público quando passam a ser.
Most companies in Silicon Valley used to take, 6 or 7 years of losses to finally get to profitability, and then a little bit longer to go public. So there was a more measured quality of moving these companies into the public space.
Kara Swisher tem uma coluna no Wall Street Journal e foi nossa consultora neste projeto.
Presumably the people that are in the public markets, they're buying fully baked companies, and these weren't in the oven for 10 minutes, these kind of things. They were not even close to being baked, and they were offering them up as cooked.
No Vale do Silício, os bancos de investimentos confiavam nos chamados capitalistas de risco para encontrar e desenvolver as empresas que mais tarde teriam seu capital aberto pelos bancos. Depois da Netscape, surgiu uma categoria mais agressiva de capitalistas de risco. Jay Hogue fundou a Technology Crossover Ventures em 95.
I think what Netscape triggered was a sense that you didn't have to be profitable to go public, that if you were growing fast enough, at some point in the future, you would grow into profitability. And, it unleashed a lot of different things, including huge numbers of IPOs, really big upcycle in venture funding, and to some extent some bad ideas.
Durante a bolha, a TCV, firma de Hogue, teve um faturamento impressionante, lucrando mais de 100% por ano durante vários anos, um dos recordes de investimentos do Vale do Silício. No ano 2000, a TCV atraiu 1 bilhão e 600 bilhões de dólares em investimentos e tornou-se o maior fundo de capital de risco de tecnologia da história dos Estados Unidos. Mas ao contrário das firmas tradicionais que investem numa empresa nova e a desenvolvem aos poucos, o TCV investiu em várias empresas meses antes da sua oferta pública inicial. Perguntamos a Jay Hogue e ao seu sócio Ray Kimball se eles acham que se precipitaram ao lançar empresas tão jovens no mercado.
All these businesses that are losing money have to be financed. You have to go get money somewhere. At that point in time, what the market was saying was you should go get basically almost free capital and the process get public. So as a board member, the decision would be very tough to not push a company toward an IPO.
O problema foi que muita gente que comprou ações de empresas que tiveram seu capital aberto pela TCV nos mercados públicos perdeu muito dinheiro.
Which was a 10% customer last quarter.
There was a banker taking a company public, a pretty prominent banker, and he sent me the prospectus for the company, and the company had no revenues. There was no money coming in, like they had no customers, and they were taking it public. And he said, "What do you think?" And I said, "I'm looking out my window, and there is a grandmother on the street with a purse, and I bet if I go mugged her, we could go do it together right now, because that's what you're doing. You're mugging the public."
Do you believe there was an inappropriate transference of risk to the public?
We can't. Words like inappropriate. I don't feel in a position to make a value judgment about what is, quote, appropriate versus what is inappropriate.
Em contato direto com banqueiros, empresas jovens continuaram abrindo capital. A roda viva da especulação funcionava a pleno vapor e algumas dessas empresas.com tiveram desempenho excepcional, ficando entre as 10 maiores altas diárias de todos os tempos. Afinal, quem saiu lucrando com isso? É o que você vai ver depois do intervalo nesse documentário inédito que faz parte da nossa programação de aniversário.
Empresas jovens continuaram abrindo seu capital, fosse isso prudente ou não. O processo começava com uma ligação para os banqueiros.
Are we going to make it? Don't worry. We'll get you there.
What you do is you invite the bankers who have expressed interest in to talk to you at a board meeting, and they pitch their services. It's called a bake-off. And so in, I believe it was June, we had a board meeting where we had a number of investment bankers who came in and pitched our board.
You're looking at past reputation, what position do they have in the investment community, what
How much are they willing to stand behind what they're doing in this environment? And a lot of it, too, is it's a name for you.
If it's a good, solid company with solid backers, you know, the CSFB and Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs, they'll all want to take them public.
The top companies in the running for our consideration were Lehman Brothers, Merrill Lynch, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, and CS First Boston.
Quando um banco é selecionado, a empresa é levada para uma turnê de 2 semanas, na qual visita fundos mútuos e outros investidores corporativos, e os executivos apresentam seus projetos na tentativa de atrair compradores para a IPO. É o chamado roadshow.
The roadshow is just a repetitious repeat of the message that you're trying to help investors understand about the product. The bankers then take you out, and it's done as a very condensed event. It's anywhere from a 2 to a 3 week process. We started in New York, then Boston, Philadelphia, Washington, Chicago, Minneapolis, Houston, Dallas, San Francisco, Los Angeles.
And the poor company for 2 weeks is in meetings from 6 in the morning until 7 at night, back to back, doing meetings with all these various institutional investors, pitching their story.
David Siminoff é gerente financeiro do Capital Group, que supervisiona o American Funds, uma das maiores famílias de fundo mútuo do mundo.
So what happens, the sales trader will call and say, I have an IPO that you ought to look at, and they're coming around, April 7th, and they're going to be in San Francisco. Can you sit down and meet with them for an hour and hear their story?
You put me in front of a human being or a mannequin or a gorilla, I was going to go through the same pitch. Of course, I had to be responsive to their questions, but I'm just there to sell, pull the string and I'm selling.
In the end, what Cashflow wanted to get out of the IPO was a half-dozen institutional investors that believe in what you're doing, believe in the company, believe in the management team, and are not only going to be purchasing at the IPO, but are going to be long-term accumulators of the stock.
In tonight's Moneyline Movers, Cashflow up 102 3/8 in its stock market debut. The networking equipment maker enjoyed one of the best opening days ever. The stock trading at 5 times its offering price. Clorox fell 2 1/4.
O lançamento da Cashflow foi um sucesso. Até hoje está entre as 10 maiores altas diárias de todos os tempos. As IPOs viraram coqueluche na maratona da tecnologia. Com as altas, as empresas ganhavam popularidade, mas só isso.
Look at what the stock did, up 482% or so.
If the investment banks had been doing their job the way they were supposed to be doing, if they really had the best interest of the companies at heart, you would have never seen the situation where stocks or IPOs go up 200, 300, 400% on the first day. I mean, that is a crime.
Priceline.com is the latest beneficiary of the internet stock craze. Shares of the internet commerce company debuted at $16. They closed at $69, a rise of over 330%.
The famous case is the Globe.com, which I believe went up over 500% on the first day. And it was like, oh, my God, look at that, look at that.
Earth Web was up 379%, and the Globe.com, which only traded 1 day, gained 606% on the week.
What is the reason you have an IPO? It's to put money in the coffers of the company. That's the reason you do it. When you have a situation where it's going up 300% on the first day, that's 300% that the company is not getting.
The Amazon.com of drugstores went public today in the latest smashing net debut. Drugstore.com nearly tripled in price.
Os investidores individuais também não lucraram muito com as altas. Isso porque quase todas as ações da IPO já tinham sido reservadas para os grandes investidores corporativos durante o roadshow.
Drugstore.com. Shares of the online pharmacy exploded on that debut trading day.
Aí, quando a ação disparava, os grandes investidores vendiam imediatamente no chamado flipping.
In a 4-year period, I saw over 500 IPOs. We probably owned 200 or 250 of them for 10 minutes, many of them for 10 minutes, where they would, at $8 or $10 a share, you thought, okay, I can understand how this can compound to 20% a year if they hit their targets. But when the first print of the IPO was $95,